Hey Capricorn, it's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Hope that you're very well. This is your end of year reading. So this reading will cover from now, which is the 30th of December, right through until the end of next week, which is, I put it as the Friday, which I think is the 4th. Let me just check. Yeah, it is the 4th. Okay, great. So yes, this reading covers then. So it basically covers the transition from the end of the year right through to the beginning of the year. Yes, so it just covers the next few days. This is for your Capricorn Sun, Moon, Ascendant, also your Venus sign, and also your 7th house ruler. That could also really be helpful too, because this is a relationship reading. So the energies of your 7th house would be probably showing up here too. So yes, that's that. Happy New Year. And I hope that you have all the blessings and dreams coming true, as you know, more than you can handle, hopefully. Loads. I want there to be no limit. Hope that it's just fantastic the whole way through. And I hope they had a really nice Christmas too. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Lastly, I would just say that I am going to add a little bit of a bonus to this little periods reading, where I'm going to just give you a snapshot into your relationship compatibilities, looking at communication compatibility, love style compatibility, other things as well. But that's right at the end of the reading. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So I'll try and be as quick as I can, not take up too much of your time. But if you know me, you know I do talk a lot and go on a lot. So grab a cup of tea, coffee, drink of water, whatever it is, kick back and enjoy your reading. So I'd also like to say thank you guys for subscribing to me and everything for the past how many years I've been doing this for now, and I really appreciate your support. So my throat is so dry, sorry. So we do have the Queen of Wands for how your partner currently views you or feels about you or sees you. Clarified by the 5 of Swords. So that's a bit of a stingy card, really. But they see you maybe as quite selfish, quite self-absorbed, more focused on your own ambitions and endeavors. Very ambitious, very independent person, probably have your own business, got a lot of your own ideas. You are quite an inspired person and maybe are quite inspirational as well to others because of your success and leadership abilities. And they really see that about you, and I think they really like that about you. But this also makes them maybe a bit nervous that you're so certain of what you want, that you'd be quite willing to maybe use this person to get where you want to get to, or you know, this person just feels like they're dispensable basically to you, and that, you know, yeah, that they don't really maybe feel secure, like they maybe feel like you're always on the move, like you're not really not that you're not committal, they see you as very mature, but they just see you as that you have so many options, you're so sexy, you're like you're established, you know, you're intelligent, you know, the list just goes on and on and on. And you know, on top of that, you know, you're a fire sign, you're vivacious apparently. Well, not fire sign, but got the fire sign energy. So they really see you as like quite the shining light and very much the leader, and they really love that about you. But at the same time, it makes them feel really nervous that you're not going to stick around, and that they really need to deal with you more logically than emotionally to make sure that they are making the right choices around the relationship and protecting themselves even as well, so that they aren't left looking stupid or defeated. Now, they could also see you as being quite suspicious. This could also be a fire sign that you're dealing with that kind of sees you as someone, like I said, that is quite ruthless. Like they see you as a ruthless person, but they love you too. They kind of love that about you. They quite love your beauty and your lights, and They just see you as very abundant. They do recognize as well that there is something a bit mysterious about you too. But yeah, they really do, I think, like you. We've then got the Knight of Swords in its upright to clarify your current position. So you are very opinionated at this time. You may have a lot to say at this time. You may be very talkative. Again, this does talk about someone being a leader. Often this character is like leading an army, you know. They're like one of the lead soldiers and they're leading the army. They're strategizing and making decisions for the whole group kind of thing. So they kind of see you as someone who kind of does that. You make decisions for large groups of people, like you're very much in control. Like you could be a manager or something, or leading some sort of business idea, having to take a risk. You've got a lot of your own ideas, like your own inspirations that you believe in and that you fight for, and that you're very brave and courageous at this time. And you're really going for what you want. You're very certain about it. But they could also see you as someone who doesn't, even though it's a very thinking card, it's also very action orientated. And they could see you as quite pursuing them, or you could see them as someone who's very pursuant, that pursues you. But you could just be feeling quite kind of certain about this connection. And like I said, just going in like full force. You're very much leading the way in this relationship. And when I say leading the way, like you're very decided. You're not shy in coming forward with this person. And you could be doing a lot of talking and communicating with them and letting them know like, hey, like I feel this way about you. You know, or there could just be a lot of communication happening between you two as well, just generally. But you may feel like there's a lot of communication happening as well with the Knight of Swords. You could feel like there's a lot of things being said. And you're really kind of letting people know what you think. So you're not shy in coming forward in terms of telling people or telling this person what you think about the relationship and where you would like it to go. So in the near past, we had the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Page of Swords in reverse. So in the past, your partner felt like they were quite undecided, didn't really know what was going on. With the Page of Swords in reverse, they could felt like they just didn't have a lot of information about you. They had a lot of questions about you, a lot of maybe even concerns. Like there's this trust issue that comes in here for me, where they just don't feel like they're getting the whole truth, like they don't really know a lot about you. They feel very like you're very much in their imagination, or were in the past year with the Seven of Cups. Like you were very much part of they saw many possibilities that they couldn't quite put their finger on, maybe who you were, what you were, how you were, possibly what you want as well, or even how the relationship could, but they didn't really know what potential it had. They're very much in more of an explorative kind of energy with you in the past. But this is Cups, so we are talking about emotions. So they may have felt quite confused in terms of their emotions towards you, but there definitely was emotion. So there has been an emotional connection from your partner, but they just don't know, or they didn't know in the past enough about you to really decide on whether or not they should go ahead and invest more in this connection, in this emotion, or if maybe they just need to find out some more information first. You know, they didn't really, there's no commitment, but emotion definitely was there. So they definitely liked you quite a lot in the past, and emotions definitely started to grow. And now it's just a case of seeing where it could go, and they need more information to really know where it could go. And then we've got the Eight of Wands in the past for you. So you may not have been in the past that upfront about your feelings. You may not have felt confident enough, or even sure enough yourself to really take any action towards this person. So there's no action that you were taking There may not have been that much communication. That might be why you're kind of spilling it all out now. Maybe you have said too much. Maybe you feel like you have said too much currently. Because this person now got the Five of Swords, like, okay, I know your game. It's like they've figured something out, or they've seen something, and you may feel like you've said too much, but either way, you kind of really stand by what you said, and you feel quite strongly about it. But in the past, it's like you weren't really saying anything because you maybe weren't inspired to do so. You weren't really that inspired. Again, you might have both been in that boat where you don't really know what's going on. Like, you may be talking to each other and this person genuinely started to like you, but didn't really know where it could go. And we then had you kind of not taking any action. You maybe weren't communicating, and that might be what the Page of Swords in reverse really is representing, is that you weren't communicating enough with this person. Like, you weren't maybe putting your heart on the line for this person. Like, because the Eight of Wands is very much about expressing what's on your heart, and the arrows of love and being brave, in that sense, to kind of get a situation to move forward. It's like you weren't really in the past kind of allowing that to happen. There was like no progress, especially on your side. Maybe because you just weren't inspired, you didn't see enough yourself. So what motivates them is the Four of Cups in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. This is also their hidden thoughts, things that you wouldn't know. Sorry, guys. So with the Four of Cups in reverse, this person doesn't like to kind of miss opportunities. They don't want to miss an opportunity with you. I feel this person like sees a lot of potential in the relationship. Like, they see that it could be something. There possibly could be some fears about the past for them as well. They could also be worrying that they're not going to get out of it what they put in. Like, is it even worth the risk? Like, again, there's a bit of uncertainty about exactly what you're offering to them. This is how they're motivated. So if they are acting in any particular way, this is what's going on in the back of their mind. Like, is this person genuinely interested in me? Like, do they actually want to be with me? Are they offering me real love? And I think this person has experienced real love before in the past, and they could be holding quite a high standard for their next partner to meet. But they are tired possibly of kind of putting effort in where, they do put a lot into relationships, it looks like, and they don't really want to be in that position again where they're going in full throttle and kind of going through all the motions of developing a serious relationship for it to be all for nothing. So they want to know that this is real. They could also be concerned about getting bored as well. They could be concerned about being bored or being rejected as well. I've got you here with the Two of Cups. So you're really you quite like this person. You feel like there is emotional reciprocity, that you feel this person feels like how you feel, and you feel like you really get along, and there is a real connection here between you two. You could also be very motivated by the idea of an actual committed relationship and developing a real connection with someone. Or it's the fact that you do get along with quite well with this person that that keeps you kind of pursuing them. You really do think that they maybe are a soulmate. So your actual intentions is their actual intentions is the Page of Wands, clarified by the Knight of Wands. We've got a lot of fire. All we need now is the King of Wands to come out. We'll have the full set of court cards for the fire suits. So your partner is very interested in exploring new ideas, to try something new, to see where it could go. I don't think they are going to go anywhere with this being in reverse. They maybe usually are, you know, they've got quite a lot. I mean, if they are like a fire sign, they do intend to put a lot of their energy into this relationship. And so I was going to say, if they are a fire sign, then they may be used to having lots of options and being very social and just having a lot of people warming up to them and expressing how they feel to them. And or maybe they're also used to kind of pursuing things and taking the lead. But it looks like they don't want to do that now. They want to see what you have to offer. They want to see what this is all about. And they are interested possibly in making a real commitment to at least exploring the options. So like having like some serious dating, not just, you know, whenever, wherever, whatever. It's more really to kind of see where this could go. But I think initially they want to see, they're willing to, I think, take their time with you. Whereas usually they might rush in, especially sexually. They are really wanting to take their time. So then we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse for your intentions. So your intentions is to kind of, you know, consider other options. To maybe, when I say consider other options, but really consider this person as a viable candidate. It's like you want to kind of give this person a chance, even though you do have strong opinions and you may feel like you had something to defend in the past. You don't want to be so defensive. You want to eventually let this person in and put aside any fears that you have around protecting you know, your pride or your ego, or ideas that you had. You're willing to kind of listen to this person's ideas. Maybe before you were like, no way. You know, maybe before you were like, this doesn't meet my standards, so, or just being defensive, just making it difficult for this person, maybe, or not opening up. Seven's also about decisions. It could be that you're not quite ready to make a decision about this person yet, and you intend to, I think, let your guards down enough for you to gather enough information about this person and have enough fun and times with this person to really see if they are worth being with. But you are letting your guard down and letting them in. So we've got the Queen of Cups in the near future in reverse, clarified by the Three of Swords in reverse. So your partner, obviously, it looks like they're going to be quite heartbroken towards the end of this period, mainly because it looks like you're really wanting to take it slow and in fact don't really even recognize this person as a viable candidate. It's like you don't really see them as someone that you can make a commitment to. but it looks like they really would like to explore things. I think that they usually are maybe a little bit of a player or just have a lot of options. And I think they really want to try to do this whole single thing, you know. Not single thing, but single person, like one person at a time thing kind of thing. Yeah. But it looks like you don't really want to give them a chance towards the end of this week. Like you're just like, you know, you're thinking about a commitment, but after weighing up the pros and cons, it just looks like this person doesn't really have, hasn't given you enough to really make you want to make a commitment at this time. And this person's quite upset about it. They do actually really like you, and they see, I mean, they may even feel like you're kind of like a friend now, you know, and they really were hoping and expecting you to give them this chance. They didn't expect you to kind of be like wanting to take it so slow, but it looks like you do. And you know, you may even communicate with them or say something harsh to them that kind of gives them this bad news. But interestingly, we have got the Empress card at the base of the deck, clarified by the 8 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Coins, and the 2 of Swords in reverse. So interestingly, you have got the Empress card, which talks about self-love. It is in the upright. It talks about self-love, self-preservation, fertility, abundance, love generally. So Spirit's overall message for this period is to love yourself and to recognize, I guess, that you are very, very valuable. You are a queen in your own right. Yeah. I think it's also talking about, you know, just basically saying that this may take time. You know, these things do take time, relationships, and you know, so yeah, I think it's saying that possibly in like 3 months time, maybe possibly 9 months time, you know, it may take that amount of time for things to really develop with this relationship. If it is to develop anywhere, you may really want to take things slowly with this person, or there may be a lot of, you know, maybe your partner does. This could all kind of be vice versa. But I think people want to, you know, there's definitely a slow energy, and it's supposed to be that way. Yeah, this is your first major arcana to come out of the deck as well. So this really is a focus for you to think about that. It may seem a bit dismal right now, like nothing's really happening, there's no fruition, there's no abundance, and you may want to kind of, there's also issues of you kind of getting out of your own way, having conflicting thoughts about an issue, not knowing how to move forward. But I think I've been asked here to recognize that even though it feels like everything's going wrong or things are not kind of panning out how you want them to, like you're not seeing the fruition, and you feel like you may be doing things, you could be taking risks, you could be putting yourself out there, but like nothing's really happening. Like Spirit is just saying that it just takes time, and you may need to really look at issues of self-love. This may be important, maybe children as well, family. That could also be something that Spirit wants you to focus on. But it looks like you have made a decision. Or that maybe in the past you've always kind of made decisions that are very logical. You need to kind of get in touch with the emotions that lie behind a lot of your choices. And also, again, what's holding you back? There could be certain thoughts, feelings, or behaviors that you have that actually kind of hold you back in some way, especially pertaining to relationships. Because you really do want something real. You really are looking for the one, you know, as they say. But this does take time. And you do have to give a lot of self-love in order to really get the kind of relationships that you desire. That's just how it goes. It's strange, right? Gotta love yourself first before someone will love you. But yeah, that's how it works. And I think Spirit wants wanted you to know that. And you know, with the Knight of Swords as well, it's saying, you know, the Knight of Swords is someone who rushes in. You could be very knee-jerk reaction about a lot of things when it comes to relationships. And yeah, I think that's really pointing towards things that you could be avoiding pertaining to self-love, self-care, just being softer with yourself, like going to the spa, treating yourself, taking those holidays, you know, indulging in chocolate sometimes and whatever makes you feel good, and yeah, taking it easy and recognizing that, you know, if you are a female or even feminine watching this, that your feminine energy is like really important this month. Being receptive, maybe allowing others to take the lead a little bit. And I think you are intending to do that. Your intentions is to allow someone else to take the lead, to giving up a little bit of power, but knowing that even in giving up this power that you feel that you have, this independence and everything, that your femininity is actually probably the most powerful energy that you have at your disposal. And yeah, you will attract the right person. They will come in, don't worry. And that there's things and people around you that you haven't even noticed are there yet. Don't feel sorry for yourself at all. The cards are also saying there's people out there that have got it way worse than you when it comes to relationships. Apparently, that's what the cards say. So yeah, don't think the worst. And I don't think you are, but there is an issue, I think, here, something to do with self-love and patience, and allowing others to take the lead sometimes. Okay, so let's pull some cards here for Capricorn. It's Capricorn. Yep. From now until January. Okay, so we've got a destiny. Spirit's overall message for you is destiny. Then we've got control being the obstacle. Like I was saying, you may need to release a certain amount of like your control and your kind of leadership abilities when it comes to relationships. So don't treat relationships like work, basically. What brings you together is an open relationship. So what may bring you together with new people will be kind of putting yourself out there a little bit. Pertaining to this particular relationship, what's bringing you together is an open relationship. I think that you're both maybe quite similar to each other. Your partner could be quite independent, and so could you. And that's what you actually maybe is part of the attraction between you both. Okay, so you are learning about obstacles and how to overcome them. Okay, all right, and they're learning about passion. You see them as the beauty queen, and they see you as a past life. Base the deck, we have got true gem. So it looks like you are looking for your true gem. That's really what you're looking for. And I think you have to recognize as well that you are the true gem here as well. Yeah, and to be treasured and appreciated, and you don't always need to take the lead and make sure that things go your way, that the right person, when they actually truly love you, when you love yourself, they're gonna treat you like a gem anyway. So you don't need to kind of control the outcome so much, because that seems to be the obstacle here, is control. Now this could be that your partner wants a certain amount of control. They want to know more about you, and so that they can more control the outcome themselves, or control the relationship in some way, or feel like they have more control because they know more. There could be kind of that going on, but it could also just be that both of you, or you, you know, you like to have control in the relationships, and maybe spirit is saying that you need to kind of release that because it's becoming an obstacle. And this has got to do with you and your self-worth and trusting that you're enough, I think. So then we've got the Destiny card, as I said. So this is destined. This is meant to be. You're meant to be in this position right now with this person. So it could feel fated, but I think it's more of it's more fated currently to allow you to kind of love yourself more, or appreciate yourself more, be softer with yourself. And you're learning about obstacles. You're learning about overcoming your own obstacles in order to get the relationship that you want. They're learning about passion. My earrings falling out. They're learning about passion. And having maybe strong sexual feelings towards you. Yeah, I think they just really are quite sexually attracted to you. There's a strong sexual attraction, and they just want to be close to you. I think that they feel that, you know, getting things to this level will bring you guys closer. But this is what they're thinking about most of the time. Is passion. And how you see them as a beauty queen, so you're very attracted to them too. You can see them as quite a flamboyant character. It could be a fire sign. And you see them as like always wanting attention and things like that. And they see you as a past life. They feel very connected to you. They feel that you guys have got a past life connection. Or they may feel like they've met you somewhere before. They just know you really well. You know, we do have the Two of Cups here as well, so that energy is around. So they could just feel like they really met a soulmate, someone that they've met before, or it could be that this is a long-standing relationship, and they have a lot of memories with you. So I'm going to just pull some cards here. You could also remind them of someone from a past life, or you could be bringing up old memories for them. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards here from the Mirror Love Oracle, sorry, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for Capricorn. We've got the Fates. Yes, Spirit has already let us know that this is destiny, is a destined relationship. So it could be quite a karmic kind of connection as well, to an extent. There could be a past life connection here. Then we've got Yin, which does talk about you guys taking a back seat. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. But Yin, as you may know, is opposite to the Yang energy in Eastern Asian or Asian traditions, or spiritual philosophy. So Yin is about being feminine, being more of a receiver than a leader, standing in your power rather than acting in it, knowing what you don't want, and knowing how to say no. So all those kind of energies, and just being softer with yourself, you know, adding more color to your life, maybe thinking you may want to introduce more feminine activities like dancing and singing and things like that. You might find that that could also bring you more in touch with your inner kind of feminine energy. Okay, then we've got breathe. Again, this is a feminine energy. I don't know what the number is though. That's 2 + 9, 11. Okay, that's another 2. So yeah, breathe, be receptive, take your time, meditate, connect with your higher self, all of that. Connect with your spiritual side, get in touch with your intuition, you know, ground yourself, center yourself, listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice, you know, is very quiet. She's very soft-spoken. She doesn't shout. She just needs you to just be, she's just very still, you know, and you have to just kind of be still with her and listen. She's not loud at all. So there's a feminine aspect of yourself that you need to get in touch with. We then got by the book. So if it's not by the book, like I said, you know, gender, is it gender? Yeah, I think it's gender. Gender, yeah, gender. Oh, I forgot what the word is. But, you know, like I was going to say, basically, you could be born a man, but then have very feminine traits and be very feminine and but then you could be completely straight. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're bisexual or gay. You know, you may be completely heterosexual, but be very feminine too. And this card is saying that whatever is expected of you, forget that. This is, you must write your own book. Okay. This card is called By the Book. It's another 2. Another 11. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that there. So yeah, balance definitely needs to be brought in. I think that maybe there's a huge focus on your masculine energy. Maybe there's a bit out of an imbalance there. This person may also make you feel very beautiful and feel very feminine. And yeah, you need to stay true to yourself. There's a element of you saying true to yourself, because that in itself is a very feminine thing, to stay true to yourself, to listen to your own inner guide and all of that stuff, and not basing yourself on the exterior, on the actions, but on what's going on inside. It's a very feminine act to be true to yourself. So it's probably why the Justice card is feminine, it's a female. But yeah, yeah, make your own rules, do what makes you happy. Write your own book, write your own rules. Breathe, meditate. A lot of answers will come to you through your meditations and being receptive. Sometimes even just taking a step back, and you are kind of doing that with the 7 of Wands in reverse, like you are kind of stopping the resistance. Stop resisting and just go with the flow. You do intend to kind of do that, I think, with this relationship over the next few days, is to not resist. However, your partner is deeply disappointed that you don't want a full-on commitment right now, but they need to wait. So because you need time, and you need to reconnect with what it is that your heart's really trying to say to you. I'm going to go ahead and do a compatibility spread for you as well. But yeah, your partner may be a bit upset that you're not really ready to make a commitment right now. They might want you right now. So yeah, don't promise more than you can deliver, I guess, with this person over the next few days. And it's okay as the Empress, it's okay as a female to say, no, I'm taking my time here. I'm not gonna rush this. You know, take your time. That's the gift of being feminine, is that you're allowed, you know, there's no pressure for you to act. You know, you do what you want to do in your own time, and you go with the flow. You don't act out of pressure. Yeah. So knowing how to say no, but saying the right no's, the no's that get you to your yeses, you know. All right, so I'm going to pull just a few cards here for your compatibility spread. So this is a spread I usually do for my private reads, for relationship readings. And I'm also hopefully doing them a lot more throughout 2019. So this is for Capricorn. Compatibility. Okay. Your card fell out, the Devil card. Okay, so basically that we do have the Star card in reverse. So it looks like there's a lot of high hopes for this relationship, and yeah, you might not be feeling that hopeful about it. So it's about keeping the faith, remaining positive. In order to kind of keep your motivation for this relationship going, or your other hope going, you will need to focus on some sort of future goal. So it's about recognizing that not everything's going to be here right now, and that it may take time for things to kind of get to where you want it to get to, which we have discussed already. And there may just be an issue of with the Star card in reverse, that you may kind of give up hope, but you're being asked here not to. And in fact, keeping hope alive is what's going to kind of keep everything alive over the next few months as things develop. And we have got the Four of Wands here as well to confirm that I believe that there is something very positive to look forward to, a great, beautiful union, as you can see here, between two people where they both look very fulfilled. And it is a Wands card, so it's very much about being emotionally fulfilled, or just feeling generally fulfilled in life and feeling free and happy and excited about what's to come, and just feeling really optimistic and positive. So, and again, it talks about family and uniting and developing, and also with the Four card talks about stability and foundation. So there is something really positive to look forward to. In fact, if you are going to focus on a positive outcome, that's what it should be. The Four of Wands, the feeling of freedom whilst being together with someone, the feeling of complete happiness and fulfillment whilst being committed in a relationship to just one person, kind of thing. There's kind of that to look forward to. It's about developing your ideal kind of love situation as well, maybe in your own mind. Really kind of making those ideas and dreams more concrete in your mind, like filling in the details, as you might have heard through certain law of attraction advice and things like that, where they say, you need to create details about your expectations and your dreams and wants and wishes. So it could be kind of a bit of that you might need to do, and you might need to kind of use the Star card energy to kind of allow you to dream big, and develop your dreams and clarify them a bit as well, and then focus on that within the relationship in order to kind of get through this maybe slower period within the relationship, or your relationship's period. Because I kind of get the feeling that you're kind of dating people, like you're not quite committed to anyone right now. So, and especially with the Prince of Swords or the Knight of Swords, it's like you're on the move, you're not really sitting still. And this person sees that you're kind of, you're hot property, and you're doing what you want to do, but you have to kind of be softer. You have to add a softness to you as well. So we've got in your position for communication, we've got the Devil card in reverse. So your communication with this person could feel very much like you're unburdening yourselves. You could feel very free with this person. There could be, again, a very strong sexual attraction, most definitely, and that could be discussed quite a lot in the relationship. You could feel like a lot of your discussions really allow you to offload a lot of crap that you no longer want in your life, especially in your psyche and in your heart space. It might give an opportunity to really kind of let go of those things and talk about those things, and really be open and honest with each other about fears and things that may trip you up in relationships. But this is very deep conversations about a lot of the dark things in life, but you seem to be able to talk about it quite easily. So It could also mean that that there is a bit of a obstacle in the way in terms of your communication. Yeah, it could be that there's an obstacle. Or you could be talking a lot about your obstacles, like, you know, you have got the obstacles card here for what you're going through, so there could be a lot of talk about that with them. You could talk a lot about those kind of things together. I said that already, sorry. Okay, so then we've got the emotional states, or the emotional, like, love language and affection that you guys share and how that looks is the Seven of Swords. So there could be a lot of hidden kisses. It could be quite minimal as well. It could be quite like in the dark. It could be like ships in the night kind of. It's kind of here and there. It's as and when you can get it. It's all very not that kind of yeah, there's not a lot of affection per se between you guys at the moment. It's not very affectionate, and if it is, it's kind of like hidden behind closed doors. No one else sees, something that only you guys talk about or know about, and you might quite like it that way at the moment. But emotionally, it could be that there's not a lot of honesty there in terms of emotions. Like you guys don't come out with exactly how you feel with each other. You know, there's things that are hidden between you two. You don't always just say, you know, things that you say is that there is control issues in the relationship. You, before you act and give of your emotion, there's thought behind it. You think, okay, well, will it get me where I want to get, you know, will it get me to where I want it to get me to? Like if I hug them this way, or if I hug them now, or if I kiss them now, or if I stroke their hair now, or if I do this, then will that then make them feel this way? And then will that bring our relationship to this point? Kind of, to get what I'm saying? Kind of like that, a bit more calculated. The emotions are a bit more calculated, and there's thought put into your emotions. So that could also actually be stemming from fear, where you're not just acting naturally. Your shared goals and compatibility is the Two of Swords in reverse. So you're both opening up, you're both making decisions in your life to maybe be more open, to not be so logical, to try your best to kind of go with the flow, to kind of trust your emotions more rather than having to have all the answers first before you make any decisions, but just to kind of let go and not be so indecisive and just kind of go with the flow and go with your emotions rather than logic all the time, but just kind of going with it. We do have the Two of Swords in reverse under the deck as well. So you've got this coming up twice. So yeah, it looks like you both are maybe holding back a little bit, and you're both at a place where you kind of want to open up a bit. So spiritual growth position, we've got the Seven of Wands. So you're learning how to, and then we have got the Seven of Wands for what you intend to do. So yeah, this is your spiritual growth. You're learning how to go with the flow and not resist, and to know when to resist them and not to. You know, to get into your feminine, knowing what you want, what you don't want, knowing how to resist things, knowing when to not resist. Yeah, and listening to your emotions, because they have your emotions and your intuition. If they have important messages for you, and you have to listen to them. You can't be totally logical all the time, or be too defensive. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords here for how you will feel in the relationship. So it is in the upright, so you may very well just feel like you're going to feel quite defensive in this relationship, though. With the Seven of Swords, you're going to be very much in control, will want to be controlling in the relationship and like lay down the law and say your piece, and you're going to want full honesty in the relationship. You're going to be watching everything. You're not going to be really trusting this person. And you know, you may also not want to get your emotions involved, or again, when you do get your emotions involved, you'll constantly be looking over your shoulder and seeing that they are actually pulling their weight and doing what they're supposed to do, and to make you happy. I mean, this card is actually really similar to this card to me in terms of energies, in that watery energy combined with the thinking. It's like you need to find a balance there, and I think you will. I think you will be making quite just decisions in the relationship, but you're still not going to be like, you're still going to be a Capricorn, okay? You're still going to be tough, and you're still going to be have clear boundaries, and not take any prisoners, you know. So yeah, that's still going to be going on. The future looks like the Four of Coins. So the four, I mean, it looks like in the future again it'd be very slow growth. It's not going to be easy, I think, for you guys to both open up. There we go. Yeah, there'll be maybe a reluctance to really open up in the relationship, but there may also be commitment too. So the future looks like there could be like a commitment. There could be some solidness to your future, but it'll also be very slow moving, I think, and there'll be a reluctance to kind of really open up, and there'll be a lot of stubbornness and a lot of rigidity in the relationship. Clear boundaries will be there, and it'll be very structured, and this is actually the Sun in Capricorn, this card. So yeah, you may feel very comfortable, very secure, and very happy in the relationship. Maybe once you guys can get through certain things, and a bit of trust can be built, and especially trusting yourself and your own emotions and intuition. I think once those are built, it will take away a lot of this resistance that I think is challenging you at the moment. And yeah, just releasing this, wanting to kind of have too much control over the relationship, that would also be very helpful for you. Yeah, I think that's it really. But you guys might become quite a powerful couple with the Four of Coins here. You could become quite powerful, quite strong. And like kind of be very close and always be together kind of thing. So yeah, that's the reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe. I'd really, truly, honestly appreciate it. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you'd like your own reading, you can email me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to carry a reading for you. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next year. I'll see you throughout the year. Take good care, and bye-bye.